Hi there. This is what I've been playing around with for about the last year now. I've decided over the winter it's going to get finished off. So it's going to become a GTA ramp car, GTA5 ramp car, or Fast and the Furious ramp car. Some kind of hybrid between the two maybe. So I'm just doing it to see whether it's possible, to be honest. Just a thought I had one night, and I thought, well, we'll see whether we can do it. So what I've done so far with this, I've popped this bit off, is it started life as a Tamiya TT01. So the back end here is the rear of a chassis of the TT01, and then I chopped it down there. So the plastic chassis that used to be, I've replaced with a steel chassis. Used the plastic chassis as a template before I cut it off, just so I got the rough size of the steel one. I've bent it up round the back there. That's got to be trimmed off and neatened up, and then pop the screw holes through along there so they meet up to the motor mount there, so everything clamps down. And then that's pretty much the rear end, the drivetrain, everything else sorted. These aren't the electrics I'm going to use finally. I think the servo's an ACOM, and it's a bit of a rubbish motor as well, so they're going to get changed out before it's finished. The next thing I did was the front end. So the braces down here, the bottom wishbones are Tamiya TT01. The brace there is the same as the top brace there. See that? So I used two of those, one at the front, one at the back there, and then made this plate here to go over the top of them, so that locked the bottom arms in. Then I built off this plate for the suspension upright, so I brazed the plate on down here and a bit of U-channel. This was going to be used to mount the shocks, but in the end I didn't think there'd be enough room on there for the top arms and the shocks, so I moved the shocks to underneath the front scoop. Brace some little pivot balls on there just to pop the stocks on. This front block I've tried to keep as low as possible, as you can see coming down, just so we can get the ramp effect on the car. So it has put quite a lot of camber on there, but I think that looks quite mean. And it does, again, there's a slight bit of bump steer. We're going to see how this thing goes. I mean, it's a piece of steel on wheels at the end of the day, so I can't imagine it handling like a touring car, but it's going to be some fun. So we've got fully working rear suspension, gearbox, drivetrain, all the rest. Working front suspension, wheels are on there, servo's all linked up. I also made sure that on max lock as well, when we do get max lock, we won't quite be touching chassis there, and again there, it's not touching. This side's a little bit closer, to be honest. It should be sitting about there. So after I'd done all that, I started making the front up. So these two little clips at the front there fit on the upright bars in there. I don't know if you can see those. See that side a bit more, the one coming up. So that then clips on both sides and drops in place. So I'm going to put 4 holes straight through the chassis there, there, there and there. Put some screws coming up so this can be then dropped onto some screws and have some thumbnail screws there to hold it in place. The front end, I didn't envisage it with these front scoops on, but once I put the front bumper on, the scoop on, I found that the wheels were quite exposed. See what I mean? So when I practiced hitting my race car up the front of it, it was taking quite a bit of impact on the wheels. So I put those on just to protect the wheels, and to be honest, I think it makes it look quite good. They're quite, I mean, there's no flex in them whatsoever. They are on there solid, so good luck to any little race car that decides to have a play around with this. I've just ordered a figure for it, so that's what's stopping me doing the rest of the cage now, because I need to know how far or where the figure's going to sit in the car to be able to pitch the profile of the top. So hopefully sometime this week she'll be turning up for the car. What else have I ordered? I've got some mini servos on the way to control the figure. And so once I've got a rough idea where the figure's going, then I can start making the back. Once the back's on, I can give it some tests, and then we'll get the figure in. I'm still unsure whether to leave it just as a polish finish, obviously a bit more polished than this is work in progress, or paint it up and maybe, you know, put some graffiti on there and stuff, and a few big scratches and that sort of stuff. But I think we'll see how it goes. I'm doing bit by bit and seeing what looks best at the moment. I have got some other videos and pictures of the build up till now, but sadly I've lost the media for them at the moment. Hopefully I'll be able to get it back. If I can, I'll obviously post them up. And yep, this is what I'm working on for the next few weeks anyway, so I'll keep you posted.